available units. Officer down. Detective Banks en route.
Okay, so that is funny man Chris Rock now going for screams instead of laughter. He's the executive producer and stars in Spiral, which is the latest installment in the Saw horror franchise. Our film critic Lonita Cook talked with the film's director, who recently was in Kansas City.
I was just in Kansas 2 days ago.
I know. I said, why didn't anybody tell me? How'd the screening go?
It went fantastic, and it was so great to be back in Kansas. I got to hang out with my family, my friends, a fellow actor, this rapper Tech9, who I'm very good friends with. I got to see him, which I haven't seen in a few years. So it was awesome.
I was going to bring up that you're from Kansas City. I do wonder, just off the cuff, do you have one nugget of filmmaker advice for your Kansas City hopefuls?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm from Kansas City. I'm from the Midwest. I didn't have any connections in Hollywood. I didn't know anyone. And I came out to LA and I believed in myself. A lot of my friends who were better than me, they failed. And they failed 2, 3, 4 times. I failed 99 times. But on that 100th time, it became Saw 2. And I think that embrace failure. Get right back up, get right back on the horse. You will make it if you believe in yourself. And I think that I believed in myself enough that I'm here sitting right now talking to you.
I think that is one of the chief characteristics of success is perseverance. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Saw, I thought you were super cool because you were working with Donnie Wahlberg, but here you are in Spiral with 2 legends, Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. What was that like?
Growing up, I remember that I had the Chris Rock comedy albums that I would kind of sneak on. And, and I grew up watching his movies too, his good ones and his bad ones. I mean, Beverly Hills Ninja still is one of my favorite films. I love the guy. And then Samuel L. Jackson, I can't tell you how many times I went to the Shawnee Mission School District, Cocker Grove, Shawnee Mission North. I can't tell you how many times I snuck out of school to go see Pulp Fiction in the theater. And so here I am working with these 2 iconic, like, powerhouse guys. And I'm telling them, like, do this, do that, do this. And I was like, constantly, how is this possible? How am I here right now? It was crazy.
And Saw is one of the most inventive horror franchises ever. And this is your 4th installment, right?
Yes, I did Saw 2, 3, and 4, and now I'm back on 14 years later doing Spiral.
What brought you back?
2 things brought me back: Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, that's honestly, you know what it was for me? I remember when I watched Tambourine, which is one of Chris Rock's comedy specials. And I realized that if that guy was going to do a Saw movie, if I didn't do it, I would be the dumbest person in the world. He's got such a unique voice. He's got such a unique outlook on life. And that's what I think makes Saw unique, is they keep trying to take risks. They allowed me, who had never directed a movie in my entire life, to direct Saw 2. I remember when I did Saw 3, I said, hey, we got to do something different. We have to kill Jigsaw, the killer, in this movie. And they're like, are you crazy? And I said, you have to do it to keep the audience engaged. And so they're always taking risks. And I'm like, what is a bigger risk than putting a comedian in the center of a horror franchise? And that brought me back. I just love that idea.
Real.